All right, everybody, thank you for jumping on with us for our Training Day podcast. We are very blessed today to have the Barlettanos in studio with us, Michael and Jeanine, the owners, the proud owners of FFL Squadron, a fastly growing insurance IMO, and they're crushing it. And they've not been with us that long, but they've seen a lot pretty quickly, and it's because of the volume and size and speed of what they're doing. And it's an honor to have you guys in today. How you doing?
Doing great, Mark. Thank you.
Doing better.
Well, it's awesome to have you guys in. I mean, you guys just crushed the bullpen. You guys have been creating content all day, and I appreciate, you taking the time to meet with me and do the podcast. At the end of the day, a lot of the things we're trying to cover here is how to make things more simpler for agents at the end of the day. How do we help simplify the process, simplify what we're doing so that we can reach more people, okay, and help more people move faster? And you guys have done a really good job with that. But both of you have been on with me individually. I've never had you on together. So let's talk a little bit about, you two just outside of the world of insurance, how you guys met and what made you, what made you guys join forces, both in life and in insurance.
Well, we met through insurance, so that's
There you have it.
Yeah.
I was actually in Las Vegas at a convention, and so I had someone covering my interviews, and I came back, and Jeanine was on my team. And from there, it was business first, but then love at first sight after that.
Yeah.
But, from the beginning, we've really come together because we complement each other really well.
That's awesome.
Things that I'm good at, she might need work on, and vice versa. And a lot of how this business runs, which is the day-to-day training and stuff, which stuff where Jeanine really excels in, has a background in, and maybe places where I suffer. So we complement each other really well. But at the end of the day, and Jeanine said this, we have the same goal. And I think that makes it really easy. And the fact that, we love each other, so. So.
Jeanine, I always love hearing the woman's side of the story because the guy does a really good job schmoozing it. But you know what, Jeanine, I've heard you say, you guys are definitely one unit, but you look at this kind of like, hey, you have your agency, he has his,
Yes.
but you're working together.
Yep.
What's your view on this?
It's both of ours. We both have the same goal at the end of the day. And I know I can learn a lot from him, but I know I have my own and he has his own, but it's still together. Right? He has his team. I'm training his team. I have no problems with that because we all have the same goal.
Amen.
It doesn't matter what at the end, the background, all that noise, we have 3 legs, he has 3 legs, and I'm still training all of them.
Yeah.
Because the people are more important than
Amen.
anything else.
Yeah.
I need everyone's here for a specific reason, is to make money.
Right.
So everyone needs to make money, and I'm going to help them do it. It doesn't matter if they're on my team or not.
Got it. Yeah, and I think that's great. Now, when we think about, you guys as a unit, there are compliments. You, Mike, you are a recruiting machine. Jeanine, you're more of on the training and onboarding and the care. Like, can we kind of go through the roles so that, we can kind of get a better grasp of how you guys run this as a unit?
I mean, I think you're going to see an example of it tonight. When we do the BOM, like that first half hour, that's like kind of my specialty. I love public speaking. I love speaking to crowds. I love speaking motivationally and things like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love to train and do what we do, but Jeanine's much better at that part. So I think tonight you'll see me talk in the beginning and her probably answer most of the questions because that's where she's just better than me at. So, but I mean, would you agree?
Yeah, Definitely. It's funny because we had a conversation in the car. His phone was going off all day long, and I said, I don't have time for that. Like, if I see a group and there's 20 text messages, I need to mute it because that annoys me. It really does. And I get it. Where I need to answer, I will. But I know my strength is individually one-on-one in the onboarding and the training and making sure that all of my agents are comfortable.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I love it. This is teeing up just wonderfully for me. So Mike, talk to us a little bit about some of the things you're doing to recruit, ways in which you recruit, how do you entice people to join you, and whether it's bringing in teams of people, which you've done and are doing, or it's, one-on-one, what are some things people can learn from you from a recruiting vantage point?
And again, we literally just talked on it, but I'm going to repeat it because it's important. It's, for me, I used to be very business here, personal here. Mm-hmm. And when I got bigger, it was because it became one. Mm. I am very proud of what I do. I'm very proud of what we do. It's part of my life. And everyone's going to know about it. And I'm very big on promoting not only my successes, but my teams.
Right.
Every time we have a big sale or, a big day, an instant approval, it's on my story. It's on my LinkedIn. It's on this. And what's happening is everyone sees success, right? The other big thing is I'm out there writing business, right? I come from a culture where once you get to a certain point, you don't have to do the hard things anymore.
Right.
You don't have to do what actually makes money. And what happens is new agents will resent you for that. They will resent you for that because you're telling them to do things that you don't want to do yourself. Right? And that never clicked into my mind until I came here. And
interesting.
In this platform, I enjoyed a lot more because all the top guys are also producing.
Right.
Right? Who's going to follow someone who doesn't want to do what they do? Right? Just to get to a level where I don't have to do anything so I can watch people struggle?
Right.
If I'm going to lead you, I need to show you how to do it, not just tell you how to do it. So again, that all ties back into showing successes. No one's going to work with someone that isn't successful. So first thing is putting yourself out there, letting people know what you do. The second thing I do, and I did it this weekend, is I'm always talking about how much I love what I do.
Right.
Right? I'm at a bar. Someone who's not even talking to me overhears me talking about it. 2 people coming on board tonight.
Love it.
Right? Because they see the passion about it. Right? And then I'm out there on Instagram, LinkedIn, all social media platforms. It's what the beauty we have, talking about what I do. Right? And then what happens is not only the people you're talking to come in, all of a sudden you get a message from someone you've never spoken to before in your life.
Right.
Hey, can we talk more about this? And really, that's been the main source of our recruiting right now.
That's huge. So you would say social media recruiting, saying what you do, talking a lot about what you do and how you're helping people.
Yep.
Got it. And that is the number one attractor for you.
For me. Yep.
And that's huge in 2023. Like, to be ignoring the platforms is laughable. I mean, you see how active we are on the platforms. It's very necessary. Now, Jeanine, what is your? Because it's not like you're like, well, Mike, go recruit them all, and I'll just kind of.
No.
So you're recruiting too.
Yep.
What is your view on that? What's your take?
Everyone's struggling somewhere. So you never know who's having a bad day and when you're going to catch them having a bad day and not being successful. So I always try to be active in all social platforms, but I'm also going to reach out on LinkedIn, especially those other agents, because you never know what's going to happen. Even though they may be hiring or they're opening to network because they may be struggling. So just sending out a message, hey, how are you? How's your weekend going? Just say, I probably have a better opportunity here for you. Do you want to learn more?
It's huge.
Because, like I said, we were struggling. We didn't know about it. We didn't really put 2 and 2 together until it wasn't too late. But we were able to have that opportunity. I was reached out plenty of people with FFL. I look at their recruiting. If I'm going to see 10 paragraphs, I'm not even going to entertain you. I'm not. Right? Because you don't care. You're just looking to recruit me, and I'm going to get lost. Probably what
That's
you said.
so interesting. You say 10 paragraphs, they don't care. It's not that they care more. Because they care less.
They do. And
wow.
And as probably as you say, I'm going to get lost in the sauce, right? So why would I go to that team? Because it's not coming. They don't care.
It's a copy. You can.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's just a copy paste, and I'm not going to be I'm not a copy paste person.
Right.
So, and they asked me, oh, so how's your agency doing? Have you even looked at my Instagram? Like, have you looked at my LinkedIn? Like, do you even, that just shows to me that you haven't even looked at my page. I'm in just another recruit for you, and I don't take that.
That's huge.
Yeah, so anybody that I am going to send a message to, I'm going to look at their profile before I even send anything to. Because even if I put in there, oh, so how's Banker's Life doing? Or how's this company doing for you? At least I took the time of day and I personalized it.
No doubt. That's a great answer. It's striking to me because now I'm thinking about us recruiting y'all, and Rob's the gatekeeper here, opening up the door. But I remember, we met a lot. You know what I mean? Like me, Mike, us, all the we did a lot. Like, and we were literally, looking like to get y'all to make us a decision. I remember when we were talking about like Saquon Barkley 2-yard line, punch it in, like all the things that we talked about. But I never knew it stemmed from like the way you view the DM. Yep. So that's pretty cool. Yep. Now. We bring them in, right? They want to join y'all.
Yes.
What is your process to get an agent confident in their ability to sell and then recruit like y'all?
Well, the first thing is they have to be comfortable in who they're coming over with. So you have to have a conversation with them over the phone, right? So whenever somebody's like, yeah, I'm interested, I need to know who that person is. I need to know what they're about, what is their why, right? Is it for their family? Are they struggling someplace else? And they need to know about me. They need to know about my backstory, Mike's backstory, because they have to be comfortable in the decision that they're making to come over. Once, even if I tell them, you know what, I know you're probably not going to make a decision now, and I do want to do a one-on-one final interview, but how about this? How about you come into the agency room and see what we're about?
We do a lot of that. See
how we are a family, that dynamic. Because they're not going to come in if there's no dynamic like that.
Right.
So once I have them on board, they're going to do onboarding, registration paperwork, their onboarding, their contracting call. Once they finish that contracting call, they're in with me.
Got it.
They're in with me in the agency. I need them to see how it's done. I need them to see. And then I send them scripts and their client suitability form. And I have a video that I've role played with another agent of mine. And I just need to show them. I just want for them to see how it's done from start to finish.
Right.
They're going to feel overwhelmed. I'm going to tell them, hey, look, you're going to feel overwhelmed. There's a lot of stuff we're going to go over, but I need you to be consistent. I need you to just keep it simple. Pick your main carriers that you're going to be working with, know the products, have a set schedule, and have a system that you're going to put in place.
Right.
I do have a lot of checklists, everything that my agents need in order to be successful, because I don't want them to come back and say, well, you didn't give me anything. You have more than enough.
Right.
And then they're with me. They're with me. I'm focused on that agent. We're in a breakout room. They're listening to me make phone calls. Then I'm going to listen to them make phone calls, and I'm going to help them. They need to be unmuted on speakerphone, because I need to see both sets of the conversation, because I need to help them direct, especially in the beginning. I don't care if they came from a different company or not. You're still brand new.
Right.
Because you don't know our systems yet.
Right.
So yeah, it's just about being able to work, showing them how to do it one-on-one. And then they're with me for about a week. And then they need to see everyone else doing it.
That's good.
But I have the entire team comes in my office into my room all day long. Oh yeah, here's what you need. Here's what you need to do. Here's what you should do here. We're all helping each other out. That's the beauty about it.
So we're talking room. You say, is this a Zoom?
It's Zoom.
Right?
Yeah, we do everything over Zoom.
Now, you guys were doing virtual at a different company, but you were doing your interviews with the client on Zoom. You guys came here. We started you on telesales.
Correct.
You embraced it day one.
Yep.
What was the main reason you embraced it, and why is it so important right now?
Mark, do you know anyone in their 60s and 70s?
Plenty of people.
Do you think if you told them to jump on my Zoom right now, they would know what to do?
Got it.
And here's the other thing. When you're setting it up, especially at the other company, when it's a bait and switch, right? It's not about what you're doing. It used to be when we went to someone's house, even if they forgot about the appointment, I'm at your door. Make a decision. Right now, it's on the client. If they know they have an appointment at 6 o'clock, but now I'm going to download Zoom. It's on them to jump on Zoom.
Right.
It used to be about me going to their house.
Right.
Right? So to get around all of that, you're on the phone with me right now.
Right.
Right? Great grandma, 89 years old, knows how to work a phone. Like they know how to work the phone. So once I have them on the phone, I can do everything right then and there in 30 to 45 minutes. Right? I don't have a show ratio problem. I don't have a technological gap problem. I'm back. I'm just on the phone. And I think it's beautiful.
That's crazy. So this call to close concept of
Yep.
we get you on the phone, we're doing business now.
Yep.
Can we talk about that and how you guys are kind of moving into that? Because you guys have brought over a bunch of people and we, slowly morphed thought processes and some of the stuff that is probably harder because you're changing, you're changing a course, but then obviously it becomes normalized and then it becomes easier because everyone's marching at the tune or marching at the beat of the same drum. So now bringing people in is simpler, but you guys kind of bit the elephant multiple bites at a time. Talk to me a little bit about the transition and everything that came with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think at first it's definitely an elephant. Excuse me. You go from one to however many carriers. Like you said, you get lost in the sauce. You're excited, not knowing underwriting guides and stuff like that. And here's the thing, Mark, and I always believe this: the best way to learn is by falling on your face. Right. And I think we did that for a couple weeks, maybe even a month. But what happened is, I learned the lesson myself. It's not like someone told me this; I experienced it. So I knew what not to do now and what to do, right? And by doing that, I'm able to help other people. Like I encourage people to go out there and fail. I know that sounds weird, but sometimes
doesn't sound weird to me.
You need to fail to succeed,
Right?
Right? You can never call yourself a winner if you didn't fail, right? So,
it's true.
We really encourage that, and our culture really helps pick you up when you fail. Right, I love our culture. It doesn't matter what downline you're in, who you're direct to. Everyone's there to help everybody else. Whether it's say me and Jeanine aren't there, someone else is there to do it, and people know they can go to you. Right, they're not afraid to ask questions, and that's the culture we've built, and I think has really helped.
No doubt.
So,
Jeanine, when we're talking about the actual scripts,
Yes.
and we're talking about helping agents understand the scripting. I mean, you said it like, hey, you're not going to be a rock star day one, and that's okay. So how do you walk an agent through that, and how are you going back and forth with the scripting? Give us the process. Are you giving them the script first? Are you sparring with them on the script? Are they coming at you? Are you coming at them? How are you setting agents up for success from a scripting standpoint?
So they need to if you went into a room and just started seeing everything, you would probably second guess yourself. Like, am I doing this? I'm never going to be able to do it. So what I do is once I have them on board, I send them the script. And I tell them, I need you to look at the script, talk it out, however you do it, because if you say it internally, it's never going to come out correctly. So I just need you to say it. And I need you to watch this video. Right now, you're not going to be like any of us. I wasn't. I was scared to death. I was terrible when I first started 4 years ago. I was terrible. I wanted to quit every day, all day long. I also didn't have anybody really to help me out. And that was one thing that, wait, hold on.
What?
Yes. When I had to memorize my script 4 years ago, hey, how are things going through a text message? I'm having a difficult time memorizing the script. Just learn it like it's your favorite song.
There's no music.
There was no phone call. There was me. Wait, but you don't know me, right? That's not how I memorize something, right? So, and I needed to figure it out myself.
But the funny thing is you end up marrying him. I love this, dude. That's game. Hey, by the way, Mike, that's game.
Mark, what did I say in the beginning? She's good at things that I'm not. So that was a strategic partnership. No, but on that topic, though, one thing I do encourage people to do is record themselves and watch it. You know, you don't I'll go back and watch this podcast and be like, oh, I sound like an idiot. I say this word too much or my cadence is bad here. But I think watching yourself say anything will teach you a lot about what you're saying. And you'll recognize it more. You know, if I tell you you're doing something you may not believe, if you see it yourself, you're like, okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just butt in there. But
That's a good point. Continue.
But yeah, no. So first, the agent has to know how they learn and because I have plenty of agents that want to fight me, but guess what? They know how they learn. They know how they are. And I like that because guess what? They've actually are able to protect 15 families so far in their first month because they knew how they were able to learn. And that's what they did.
That's awesome.
I was there to just guide them. Right. So I want to give them I'm giving them the foundation. Here's your script. Here's a video. Now you're going to watch people do it live.
That's huge.
And I need you to see it do live. I need you to have questions, ask questions when they're done on the phone, if it's with myself or somebody else, and find out, right? Because then you and I the next day are going to run through it. I'm going to do it first with you and role play. Then we're going to take it step by step because I need you to understand the psychology of why we're doing it this way, right? I need them to know that, one, we're introducing ourselves. I need to find out why they're looking for this protection. I'm going to educate them. And then I'm going to tell them, look, we're putting this in right now. And then we're going to go from there. Yeah.
No doubt. I mean, you guys are so self-sufficient. Like you said, Mike, you're going to learn by failing no matter what. And, you know, that's awesome. And you've taught that to your people. And now you have a leaderboard every week where people, which is how long have y'all been with us? 4 or 5?
4 months.
4 months. So it hasn't been long. And now you have a leaderboard, you know, helping, 70 plus families a week, very short period of time and a lot more on the way. But now you have a leaderboard that is like a waterfall, you know, where you have few people at the top and then some people in the middle and some people what has it been like to see that? And then how have you used that to help grow your business?
I think that's been huge, especially, let's just take the last 4 weeks. You know, we were around 30, 35, 40 families a week. Our last 3 weeks, we've been 60 plus. And it's come because someone that week has set the bar higher, right? You don't know you can do something until you see someone else do it, right? Like if you think something is impossible, it may be,
right?
But once someone does it, you're like, I can do that too, right? So for us, 20 families is the benchmark now.
Ha, 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 ha,
6 months ago?
How's that?
6 months ago, it was 5.
Yeah, that's crazy. But think about that, man. 6 months.
Yep.
5 families a week protected. You were a freaking legend.
Yep.
6 months later, new environment.
This week, 5 didn't get you on my leaderboard this week.
That's what I'm talking about. And that's what we talked about when you guys were coming on board. It's like, I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds different. But guess what? Just taste it and see. Take a bite. It's real.
But here's the other thing is it's all about timing for that agent as well. We may have 23 writing agents, but they haven't hit their groove.
Right, correct.
Right? So they have to just tell themselves, I'm going to get there. I just need to continue doing what I'm doing and it will fall into place.
No doubt.
And it will.
Absolutely.
It's all about timing.
100%.
You know, and it takes time. People on our team that are doing 10 plus every week, they weren't a month ago.
Right.
But they still were doing 4 or 5.
Right.
But then they just found themselves. They're more comfortable with the carriers, and just at the end of the day, it's confidence.
But it's also having multiple people go through confidence at the same time. It's not this one-off of confidence, because that doesn't last, or if it does, it tends to be them looking at you saying, you need me. And when you have multiple people going through confidence, some are higher than others every week on the leaderboard because they had a better week or whatever. It's so fun. It's so awesome. And then you get to, it's this healthy competition
It's very healthy.
Who's going to be number one or in the top 3 this week. And that's what you guys are experiencing now, which is a byproduct of everything we talked about earlier. A lot of the recruiting, a lot of the care for the agent and getting them through so that they can see themselves. What was one of your biggest aha moments, I'll ask both of you, in the last 4 months as you've been going through this agency building process?
My aha.
Boy.
There was a couple hires that we had that came over, and I knew what they were doing at the other company. And, I mean, just quadrupling their production. And not only one of them, it was all of them. And it was like, well, I told you.
Right.
And then after that happened, one by one, more and more, more and more. And it's just, you want to know the aha? Like, I used to be an Amish boy with no electricity, with a horse and buggy. And on my 18th, and on my 18th birthday, I got to go to New York City. And I said, I thought this was just in magazines. And I looked up, I saw the big buildings, I saw the bright lights, and then I actually went on the elevator and went to top floor when I said, this is real.
Wow.
And I bought it.
Wow.
It's just the opportunity here is ridiculous. And there are a lot of great people out there who are great insurance salesmen that if you gave them this opportunity, it would blow them and their families' minds. And that's what we're out there to do.
That's huge, man. I love the way you said that. I'm gonna let Jeanine go, but I'm gonna cap it off with one thing.
I don't even know. I guess I'm so just into the day-to-day. I think my aha moment is realizing the team that I have. The team that I have, and nurturing it and watering it every single day, and knowing that we may not be there because we're sick or we have something, that they're there to help each other out. Because we didn't have that before. And no matter what, they want to help. Even if it's 11 o'clock at night on a Friday with somebody selling in California, right? Having 5 people there just to help and support, I knew we were doing something good.
That's huge.
Yeah, I mean, when you're doing more in a week than you used to do in a month, it's encouraging.
That'll help.
Yeah.
Last question for both of you. Jeanine, why Family First Life?
Because I am not stressed out. I can now have my cake and eat it too.
That's really good.
No, seriously. I don't have it easy every single day with health-wise, right? Half the time, no one ever knows. And I come to work every day, no matter what. I don't have any excuse. And being able to be provided an opportunity where I don't have to stress out, I don't have to hit certain things. It's not a requirement. I'm not expected to do something, where I can actually do what I need to do and have my own business and see it cultivate it how I want it to, is a blessing in disguise.
Wow.
It really is.
Dude, that's huge. That's huge. And I know, so y'all are rock stars. So it's what I told you. And I remember one of the final questions you had is like, are you going to micromanage me? Like, I'm tired of being micromanaged. Are you going to call up? I'm like, dude, that's the exact opposite of what I'm looking to do. Matter of fact, y'all already know how to do this. Why do I need to come in and move everything around? It's your house. Set it up how you want to. I'm here as a guide. We'll check in. I got a team that'll support you, but we're not going to, that means a lot to me that you said that, because I understand that. Like, it's so important to feel like all the crap is taken off. You actually get to break the ceiling, and you get to do it kind of your way within the confines of a system that works and is working for people. How about you, Mike?
I'm going to add on to that. It's before I was told I was independent, but I wasn't. I was micromanaged. If I didn't show up to a meeting, I got yelled at if I didn't do this. And I'll give you a perfect example of this that you don't even know. We had a vacation scheduled in February to go to Mexico, right? And we said, well, no one's going to care. We're independent. We were doing so well. You know what happened? We canceled that vacation because we wanted to be here.
Wow.
We wanted to grow.
That's different.
Right? And there's no resentment, right? And it's not like you're on my back about anything, but anytime I need help, you're there for me.
Right.
That's what being independent in the right organization gives you, right? I truly am independent, but I do have the help I need. And, if you go and cancel vacation because you want to work, that tells you. Whereas before, I would have done that out of spite because I didn't want to be there.
Right.
Yep.
And, you truly are independent. And here's the other thing, is before there was forced growth. Like I was forced to hire X amount of people. I was forced to bring in people I didn't want to because I had quotas. Now, I don't have a single quota, and I'm growing 4 times as fast. Why? Because I'm allowed to bring in the people. I can focus my energy bringing in the people that should be here instead of wasting energy bringing in people that have no business being here.
Yeah.
And just look at the results. You have two tests. One failed, one's an A+. So that's all I got.
And the funny thing is that we hated certain aspects that we had to do. Now we enjoy it. Like phone calls, we despised it before. Now we enjoy doing it. It's crazy. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy getting yelled at and hung up on. I think it's the funniest thing in the world.
If you ever told me I would enjoy spending money on leads because I knew I was going to make 10 times more than money, I would have laughed at you. Now it's a true statement. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, the reason why you say it the way you say it and you cancel a vacation to work, and it's because you guys already had it all. Nothing's worse than squeezing the juice and the joy out of people who enjoy what they do. Yep. Why let people win? Give them the freedom to run. And we don't have to, I don't have to micromanage anything. We don't have to micromanage schedule or anything like that because you're independent. You run it. And you're going to run it the way that works for you. If you asked me should I cancel the vacation or go, I would have told you to go.
Yeah.
I would have told you to go. Because I just, I understand what headspace could mean, but I didn't even know. And then I just found that out just now. Like you canceled it on your own because the results you were having and the success and what you wanted to see continue to go forth in your company, which is decisions you should be able to make independently of anyone else's thoughts. Unless, you know what I'm saying?
And it's not like we needed the vacation to clear our headspace.
Right.
It was something that we were going to just do anyway. And we were like, all right.
Because we needed it where we were before.
Yeah, exactly. But even if we did take it, we wouldn't need another one on top of it because we would have gotten grief.
Yeah, totally.
So it's completely different now.
And, that week or 10 days we would have been away, that could have been the difference between us logoing this month.
That's huge.
And we could potentially do 150 families this month, and that may have not happened. Right. But that was the best decision we made because we're reaping the benefits.
No doubt.
Well,
it's awesome. Thank you guys for your time. Mike Jeanine Barlettano, FFL Squadron, crushing it on this training day. This is one you do not want to miss, and you want to play back. They're recruit machines. They're onboarding many people. Recruiting teams of 10, 15, 20, 30, also all types of people from all walks of life. Thank you all for sharing and joining me today on our training day class.
Thank you.
God bless you guys. Take care.
Bless.
Keep listening.